Namaste to all the viewers of this channel. My name is Srinivas. I am the creator of this channel, Sankalpa Shakti. The meaning of Sankalpa Shakti is the power of intention. It's a Sanskrit word, and the English translation is the power of intention. As human beings, we all have intentions, but the intensity of intention differs from one person to other person. So, if your intention is very strong, then there is every possibility that that intention will transform into a reality. What exactly is this intention? Intention is nothing but a dream or a desire or a wish that which you want to happen in your real life. So that the intention is actually existing in your mind in the form of a non-physical entity that is existing in your mind as a desire or as a wish or as a dream. So, what percentage of our dreams or desires or intentions they actually manifest into our physical reality? So, people differ vastly in their degree to manifest their dreams and desires. There are some people who can spontaneously manifest whatever they want to have in life, and at the other end, we find people who struggle and suffer throughout their life to manifest even simple things. As I can make out, great majority of people they lack the skill or the knowledge to manifest their dreams and desires, and that's how they struggle and suffer throughout their life. Life on earth is not a better process for most of the people living on earth. Most of the people they struggle and suffer throughout their lifetime for one reason or the other. They might lack health, they might lack money, they might lack love life. Like that, people have so many limitations, and that's how life on earth is not really paradise. Is it the design of God, or is it the way it is, or are we failing to tap the potential that we are born with? According to me, every human being is born with lot of inbuilt potential to manifest one's own dreams or desires. But unfortunately, this power remains dormant throughout life for lack of knowledge, awareness, and conscious practice. See, as human beings, we all have a pair of legs, and using this pair of legs, we can actually move from one place to other. We can run, we can dance. Like that, there are so many things that we can do with our legs. So this is a physical organ, and using we know how to use this physical organ for our advantage. So just imagine, had we not been born in a society, maybe we would not be knowing how to use our legs. Maybe instead we would have been crawling like the animals, or would be walking on four limbs like how the animals does. So we should know that as human beings, like how we have physical capabilities, we have so many psychic capabilities. But unfortunately, we are not aware of these psychic capabilities, and that's how we don't use our psychic capabilities. The moment we start using these psychic capabilities, our life would be very amazing. There are many psychic capabilities like sitting here, you can actually view what is happening somewhere else in the world. That power is known as clairvoyance. Means you are able to see at a distance things which are happening at a different place without actually going there or without using any electronic gadget. So that is the power of clairvoyance. Similarly, you can also get to listen to certain sounds. That is known as clairaudience. Like that, man has got so many psychic capabilities. But throughout our life, we fail to use these psychic capabilities just for the fact that we are not aware of these capabilities. Since we are not aware of these capabilities, we fail to practice. Like how? We need to practice our physical capabilities to attain certain kind of expertise over it. We need to practice even our psychic capabilities to gain mastery over this kind of psychic powers. So one of the most important psychic power I would say, is the power of manifestation. The ability to transform our dreams and desires into our physical reality. So, what is a dream? What is a desire? It is nothing but a small, non material thought entity. Where does it exist? It doesn't exist in the external world, it exists only in the internal world in the form of a small energy particle or a mental entity which doesn't have any form but only a frequency. So, the moment you see a nice car, you get a desire, a strong desire to buy a car. So, where does that car exist? That car exists in your mind. The intention to buy a car is existing within you in the form of a non physical, non tangible entity. For this non tangible, non physical entity to become a physical entity, the process of manifestation comes into picture. So, what is the manifestation? What does the manifestation process talk about? Manifestation is nothing but the transformation of non physical, non tangible entity into tangible physical entity in the physical world. So that is how we create our reality. So 100% of our life theme is not actually written at the time of our birth, nor our destiny is actually cast on rock. It is fluid. Of course, there is a template. There are general guidelines. Like when we come into this world, we come with broad guidelines. Like it tells where you are born, how you are born, what kind of family you're born, what kind of profession you're going to get into. Like that, there are some broad guidelines with which you are born. So you cannot go out of it. But within that, you have the power to create your reality. So each birth we take, each incarnation we take up certain themes, and in order to fulfill these themes, we come up with some kind of life settings. The kind of people with whom we are going to interact, the kind of people with whom we have to live, and the kind of profession that we have to get into. And these are the things that are actually come with our birth. But beyond this, other things, we create our life. We have the power to create our reality. So if 20% of our life is actually written as a life theme, the remaining 80% we have the power to create. We have the power to change our future. We have the power to create our reality. We have the power to alter our reality in real time dynamically. With what? It is with the power of intention. If we have the intention, there is every possibility that we can create our own reality. Most of the people they give up their life saying that okay, God has destined me to do or be like this, and that's how I'm going to live. That is not the right attitude. God never intended to make you a dumb candidate. God wanted to use your creative energy, creative force. Man is the co-creator. So every moment you're creating your reality, whether it is good or bad, it is your own creation. You don't have to make or find fault with any person or any other entity, be it divine entity or God. You have the power. Your responsibility is to actually discover your own power, your own inner power, and then consciously practice to perfect this power. So that is how we can actually create our own reality. So the basic intention of this channel, Sankalpa Shakti, is to actually promote this kind of awareness about human potential to create one's own reality and teach people practical techniques like how they can actually use certain simple time proven spiritual techniques to create their own reality or alter their reality. The basic objective is to actually spread knowledge about the manifestation process. This is what I have done in my book, A Thinking Heart and Implementing Mind. And the same thing, I want to actually use the YouTube channel to promote the same thing, the same kind of knowledge spreading and imparting certain kind of skills to alter the reality or to enhance the life of people. So now, I would like to talk about the importance of actually creating our physical reality, our ability to change our reality. Let us assume that all of a sudden you get a promotion. So what do? The moment you get promotion, you become very joyful. Means if it is an unexpected thing, you tend to become very joyful, very happy, and your mood immediately changes. You might be in a very bad mood at the time of announcement, but the moment this announcement is made, you tend to become very, very happy. So the moment you become happy, what will happen? You tend to share this happiness with people around you. You tend to be sharing this happiness with your colleagues. You tend to throw a party, or when you go home, while you're going home, you actually carry some gifts or some kind of sweets to your family. The moment you go to your family at home, your spouse might be in a very bad shape, but the moment you enter, you tend to cheer them up. So the emotion, which one small emotion which has actually originated in one heart, actually tend to spread out. So after you go home, you tend to cheer up your spouse, and your spouse also becomes very happy. And this spouse, in turn, will tend to spread this happiness to the domestic maid or to the children or to the people with whom she is interacting. Like that, happiness, a wave of happiness, which actually got originated in one small heart, it actually tends to radiate. That is how the waves of happiness are created, and these waves of happiness they get tend to get radiated at the global level. Same is the case with bad moods. So you're expecting a promotion, and unfortunately, you could not get the promotion, and you become so angry. You're so pissed off. Then what will you do? You tend to show your anger. You tend to radiate your anger in the environment. You might behave very badly with your colleagues, or you once you go home, you tend to behave badly with your spouse, even if the spouse is in a good mood. And this transferred energy, it gets transmitted to the next level. Like that, whether it is a happy wave or a sad wave or an anger wave, it tends to radiate at the global level. That is how we see a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of negative vibes at the global level today. Because the man who is at the ground level doesn't know how to manifest his dreams and desires. So, from where this happiness or sorrow is coming, it is the fulfillment of your dream or desire. The moment your dream or desire is fulfilled or manifested, you tend to become very happy. But the moment your dream collapses, you tend to become very unhappy, sad, frustrated. So, in an essence, we can say that our happiness or our sadness or our positive modes or negative modes depends much on our ability to transform our dreams or desires into reality. So the more the dreams are getting fulfilled, you tend to become a happy person. The more your dreams tend to fail or collapse, you tend to become a frustrated person. Right? That's how we see people, some people in a very joyful state and some people in a very, very frustrated mode. So why? Why can't the dreams and desires be fulfilled for everyone? People differ vastly in their ability to manifest their dreams and desires. Some people they can manifest their dreams very rapidly and very easily, but some other people they can never manifest even a simple dream or desire. That is how the life of people differ. Some people are rich, some people are in a satiating relationship, some people have a wonderful, beautiful lifestyle, some people are in good profession, but other people they might not be having all these things. That is how they tend to become very sad and suppressed in their life. So, if we learn how to manifest our dreams and desires, you tend to become a happy person. The moment you tend to become a happy person, you tend to cheer up or make your environment or your external world happy. That is how you can create a happy world or a sad world. So, Today I'm going to talk about the process of manifestation, the art and science of manifestation, or the ABCDEF of manifestation. So most of you might be aware of the law of attraction, which has actually gained popularity during 2007, 8, if I'm right. And there is a kind of tsunami about the law of attraction. Everyone started practicing the law of attraction, and people who have actually benefited from this law of attraction, they have publicized this law of attraction, and that's how many people got into this law of attraction practice. But unfortunately, law of attraction did not yield equal amount of results to all the people uniformly. There are some people who are bitterly disillusioned with the law of attraction. They have not benefited anything from their law of attraction. Some people have actually given up their lucrative career believing in law of attraction. Some people are totally broken believing in law of attraction, thinking that okay, if we make this kind of practice, we can actually go ahead in life. But unfortunately, it did not happen. There are so many people who are having bitter experience with the law of attraction. Does it mean that the law of attraction is a faulty law? Does it mean that law of attraction doesn't exist? The answer is no. Law of attraction is one of the most powerful law in the universe. There is no doubt about it. Law of attraction really works and it actually creates miracles in life. But the only thing is that apart from the law of attraction, there are certain other laws which are equally involved in the process of manifestation. It is not a simple single law which is actually creating the reality. In fact, there are so many factors and forces behind the process of creation. I would say that these are the pillars of the manifestation process. The A, B, C, D, E, F. These are the main pillars of manifestation process. And law of attraction is one of the law which is involved in the process of creation, but it is not the only law. So, as long as you don't practice the creation process or the manifestation process without the involvement of other factors, the results would not be very satisfactory. Okay? Though the techniques might work, the results might not be very satisfactory. So, we need to understand these things. So, now let us come into what exactly these factors are. A, B, C, D, E, F. These are six things. Apart from that, there is another thing, and that's how I call these are the seven secrets of manifestation, or the seven secrets of successful manifestation, or the seven secrets of success. During my workshops, I teach people about these seven secrets. In my book, A Thinking Heart and Implementing Mind, I've actually given a detailed description of these basic factors which are involved in the process of creation. So now let me explain you one by one. A stands for what? Rather, I would not talk in the alphabetical order, but rather I would talk in the order of priority. Out of this A, B, C, D here, the first and foremost thing is D. D stands for what? Desire. So first and foremost thing is that you should have a strong desire for the manifestation to happen. There are so many people who doesn't have real desire, but they actually adopt a socially engineered desire and they want to actually manifest that one. So I'll give an example. There is a person who doesn't have real craving for money, but under the influence of his friends, he thought he wanted to become a millionaire and he wanted to actually manifest money. There is no real desire in the heart, but that person went on trying to manifest money in his life. It didn't work out because the desire level is low. Okay. For the manifestation to be successful, the first and foremost thing is that the desire should be very strong. I'll talk in detail about desire, not only about the desire, but also other factors which are equally involved in the process of creation or in the process of manifestation. So next comes what? The desire is there, and then next comes what? Next is B. B stands for belief. So you should have a strong desire, and if this desire is not matched with a strong belief that this desire will manifest, the probability of manifestation is very low. You might think that okay, there are some people who says that if I want to make money, I can make millions in few seconds, but I don't care. So what does it indicate? It indicates lack of desire, but it indicates presence of belief. The person believes strongly that he can make money if he intends, if he desires, but he's not having desire. In this case, what is happening? Desire is low, but belief is high. So the outcome naturally would be low. Take another case. You have a strong desire. You want to become a civil servant or you want to become a big officer, but you believe that you cannot become. Let me give you another example. You have a strong desire to become a star, a film star, an actor. You have a strong desire, but your belief says that no, you cannot become an actor because you come from a very humble background. You don't have enough good looks. You don't have acting skills. You don't have any contacts in the industry. So this is the belief he's having. So desire is very strong, but the belief is very low. In this case, what will happen? In this case, what will happen? The outcome is low. Manifestation probability is low. He, even if he struggles a lot, he won't be able to manifest anything in his life because desire is not matched with belief system. Let us reverse the case. Your belief level is low and your desire level is also low. So what will happen? There is no outcome. So there are basically four combinations here. First combination is desire is low. You don't have any desire. Let's take the case of making money. You don't have any desire for making money. At the same time, you believe that you cannot make money. Obviously, what will happen? Nothing happens. You can't make money unless you are destined, karmically destined to get money all of a sudden, which is a rare case. So next case, desire is high, but belief is low. The probability is also low. You have a strong desire to make money, but you believe that you cannot make money because you don't have enough skills, professional skills or money making skills. So obviously, your outcome is going to be low. So in the next case, your desire level is low, but belief is very high. You don't have any craving for money, but you strongly believe that you have enough skills to make money. So you don't obviously make any attempt. So obviously, what is going to happen? You're not going to make any money. Finally, the condition is you have a strong desire, but sorry, you have a strong desire and equally strong belief. Then what will happen? The probability of manifestation is higher compared to other things. It's a necessary condition, but it doesn't mean that you will definitely get money. This is an essential condition. For anything to manifest, what is very important is that you should have a very strong desire and it should be coupled with strong belief. Only then the probability of manifestation becomes high. So we have talked about desire and now we have talked about belief. Now, what is the most important, another important factor? A, B, C, D, E, F. We have talked about D, we have talked about B, and what is the next important thing? The next important thing is A. A stands for action. So there are so many people who have strong desire and who have strong belief, but they don't take proper action, the timely action. They just wait for something to happen. They expect something to happen, and all of a sudden they think that they're going to enjoy the life. So unless there is an action, you are not going to see the fruits of your manifestation process. Because we are actually dealing with physical world, so the action should also be a physical action. Mental action will not be sufficient. Though mental action is very, very important, it should be coupled with some kind of physical action. It's like a domino effect. You don't have to actually push the last card to collapse the entire thing. All that you have to do is you have to touch the first card, which is in the domino row, and everything will start falling. This one small action that we take will have invisible impact. We don't know what kind of chain reactions it is going to make. We don't have to take 100% action. All that we need to do is we need to take some timely action, some proper action in that direction. I'll give an example. Like for example, you want to become a film actor. So you have a strong desire to become a film actor, and you also have a strong belief that you can become a good actor. So this desire level, this belief level should be accompanied by high level of action. So what kind of action can the person take? So if the person is interested in getting into film industry, he has to groom himself. He has to look attractive. He has to develop some kind of acting skills. He has to actually develop some kind of contacts with the industry people. He has to make some kind of action which can actually help him to move into the film industry. Like has to build his own portfolio, showcase it, and then that is how he has to attend some kind of auditions. These are the things, small things, which are essential to become a film star. But if the person is not actually taking any action, if he's just sitting at his house dreaming about becoming a full-time actor, becoming a good star, believing that he's going to be a star one day, will not help. It's like expecting the aeroplane or the flight to come to your house and pick you up and take you off to your destination. Life is not like that. We are in a physical world, so the action should be also physical action. We need to take small actions in order to manifest what we are actually expecting. So the summary is that for things to manifest at the physical level, one of the most important thing is your desire should be very strong and your belief should be very strong and the level of action should also be strong. Unless you have this strong action, unless all these levels are maintained at high level, you cannot expect manifestation process to progress. Now, let us move on to the next pillar or next factor in this manifestation process. What is it? We talked about desire, we talked about belief, we talked about action, and then the next thing is E. E stands for what? Emotion. So you should always have proper emotion. I'm not going to talk about emotion at length because I'm going to have a separate module for each and every of these factors. For desire, there will be a separate module. This is just an introductory section. So I'm talking at a very high level. So I'm going to have a dedicated module for each of these factors. Like desire will have a separate module, belief will have a separate module, then action will have a separate module and emotion will also have a separate module. I'm talking at a general level. So what is an emotion? Some people say that emotion is nothing but energy in motion. Yes, that's true. Energy, everything is energy. If you look at the universe is nothing but energy, not just energy, but also energy plus intelligence. 95% of the world, sorry, 95% of this universe is nothing but the invisible, intangible intelligence. And the rest 5% or 6%, it is energy in different gradations. It could be in plasma form, it could be in like a quantum soup, it could be like a solid rock, it could be like a fluid, like a gas or a liquid or whatever it is. The tangible energy is only 6%. So when we are talking about emotion, what is an emotion? Emotion is nothing but a feeling. So if you look at human feelings, each feeling has some kind of vibration. When you're feeling sad, That sadness has got certain frequency. That means your body is vibrating at certain frequency. So if someone asks you how are you, they mean to ask how are you vibrating? What is your frequency? It's like that. So there are certain times in a day where we might be feeling very happy. Sometimes we are very sad. Sometimes we are angry. Sometimes we are frustrated. Sometimes we are depressed. Like that, we have different uh, feelings, which can be emotions. So during the process of during this process of manifestation, it is always important to have the right kind of emotion, the right kind of emotion. For example, when it comes to the matter of money, you could feel sad in case you don't have money, or in case your money is stolen, or in case your money is actually blocked by the bank. Means subject is money, but the underlying emotion could be sadness because of XYZ reasons, because you might have to give that money to somebody else, sacrificing your own interest. So the underlying feeling could be sadness, or you could be angry with money. Matter subject matter is money, but you are angry because you are not having enough money, and your brother is having more money, your neighbor is having more money. You might be feeling jealous, you might be feeling angry with your life. Like that, our underlying feeling with a subject could be a different kind of thing. So, in the process of manifestation, it is always important to have the right kind of emotion. So, if you're trying to manifest money, but you're feeling very sad, so according to the law of attraction, what is going to happen? You're going to encounter situations which will result in more sadness pertaining to money. That is how it's very important that you always think, sorry, or rather feel the right kind of emotion whenever you're trying to manifest anything. So now that you have understood the role of emotion, let us summarize. Desire should always be very strong. It should be like a burning desire, and you should be ready to give up your life to achieve this one. The second thing is belief. You should have a very strong belief that you're going to get that one. So when these two things are high, the probability is high, then the action level should be very high. You should take any kind of action in a proactive manner in order to achieve what you want to achieve, because we are operating in the physical plane. In physical plane, physical action is very essential. So when the action level is also high, then the probability of manifestation further enhances, and then comes the role of emotion. Even if you're having all these three factors high, if your emotion is wrong, in the sense it is not a proper emotion pertaining to that particular subject, you're going to encounter the reverse of what you're actually expecting. So always have the proper kind of emotion when you're trying to manifest. Okay. So we have talked about emotion, we have talked about desire, action, belief. So out of A, B, C, D, E, F, we have talked about four factors. And what are the remaining things? The remaining thing is F and C. What does F stand for? F stands for focus. When we say focus, it could mean two things. One thing is your concentration. It's like if you put a piece of paper in sunlight, nothing happens. But if you put a magnifying glass and put the paper under the magnifying glass, what will happen? The paper will start burning. So, what is happening here? The convergence of all energy at one point is creating the energy, explosion of energy. Similarly, when we are actually trying to manifest something, if our focus is not laser pointed, the chances of manifestation is also going to be low. That is a fact. So most of the time, what happens is when we are trying to manifest something, we tend to be diffused. We think about this one, that one. Sometimes you tend to change your plans. Sometimes you tend to change your goals. When things are not happening, what we do? Out of panic, we try to change our plans or change our goals. So that is how you're actually going to diffuse your focus. Sometimes focusing on this one, sometimes focusing on that one. That is not going to help. You should put all your energies into that one, and that is bound to manifest in your life. This is one version of focus. The second version of focus is from the quantum science, from the perspective of quantum physics. From the perspective of quantum physics, every possibility exists as a wave of possibility. This is derived from the fact of from the double slit experiment which was conducted in early 19th century, wherein the scientists were amazed or rather confused looking at the behavior of the electron. Prior to this experiment, all physicists or scientists they used to believe that electron is nothing but a particle. It's like a marble. It's a piece of matter or a piece of energy, but having a definite shape, having a locus. That was the belief of science. This belief was shattered with the advent of the double slit experiment. So what has happened is the electron, which is supposed to be a particle, started behaving very weird. When somebody is observing it, it started behaving like a wave. And when nobody is observing, I'm sorry, I told the reverse. When somebody is observing the electron, it is behaving like a particle, a solid particle, having a definite locus. But if nobody is observing, it is behaving like a wave. So, this is how the physicists started believing, or rather got convinced that consciousness has a role to play in this universe. Consciousness is that what is actually creating the reality. Consciousness is altering our reality. So consciousness is having the power to control the energy. So let me explain it more clear. So according to this theory, everything is existing as a wave of possibility. When it comes to the wealth index or your money index, so at the same point, you're a billionaire, and at the same point, you're the most, or rather, the poorest of the poor person. All these possibilities and in between possibilities are also existing. Everything is existing as a wave of possibility. The moment you start focusing on this point, the entire wave is collapsing into that particular point, and that is actually becoming your reality. Now, stop focusing on that point and start focusing at this point. And again, the entire wave is collapsing into this particular reality. That is how, by focusing on a particular point, we are actually creating our reality. So, this is what is law of attraction is all about. So always focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. We are trained, or unconsciously we are trained, to focus on what we don't want instead of focusing on what we want. So it's very important to train your mind to always focus on what you want rather than focusing on what you don't want. When it comes to money, most of the people they are worried. Means what are they focusing on? They're focusing on a reality where worry is actually the outcome. They're focused on it. So as per the law of attraction, what is happening? It is coming back to you in an amplified manner. So instead of that, you need to focus on prosperity. You have a choice between um, focusing on prosperity or on poverty. Where are you looking at? Why are you looking at things which you don't want in life instead of focusing on what you want? So this is the most important thing that we need to learn. Unless we focus on what we are looking at, is our focus on the right point or not? Is what is going to decide our manifestation probability. When I talked about emotion, I did not talk about one important thing which I would like to talk now. It is the power of human heart. If you look at our human body, heart is the most powerful organ which is emitting the strongest electromagnetic radiation. Body is continuously radiating electromagnetic waves. So whatever feelings we are having, that is actually getting transmitted by the heart. The heart is actually transmitting electromagnetic waves, and these feelings are actually riding on these waves, and that is how, as per the law of attraction, similar frequencies are getting attracted. So that is the power of heart. Emotion is the center of, sorry, heart is the center of all emotion. So we have talked enough about the A, B, C, D, F of this thing. And finally, we have to talk about C. C stands for what? C stands for constancy. Constancy of purpose, or it could be consistency. So most of the people, they are not glued to their goal. They give up at the very first sight of negativity. They give up thinking that it is not possible, and they easily give up, and they tend to change their goals, and they tend to waste their energy or dissipate their energy in different ways. So unless your consistency level is high, the probability of manifestation will be low. So what I talked about in a nutshell is, for manifestation to be successful, all that is required is your desire level should be high, your belief level should be high, your action level should be high, your emotional level should be right. You should have the right kind of emotion, and the focus should be high, and it should be also the right focus on the right point, and then your consistency level should be very high. So these are the six things which are very important, or rather which are um, crucial in the process of manifestation. These are the factors which are involved in the dynamics of manifestation. We are calling these things up as factors because these can be raised, this can be changed. Factor is something which can be changed. It can be made low, it can be made high, it can be put at moderate level. So if you're actually making it low, you're actually changing the probability. If you're making it high, you're changing the probability. So we have the power. We have certain techniques where we can actually increase the desire level, increase the belief level, increase the action level. We make the right kind of emotion, or make the have the technique to actually focus on the right kind of this thing. Like that, we have so many techniques which we are going to talk about in the series of videos that we are going to make. So we so far we have talked about six. What is the final one? What is the most important and the most uh, crucial one? So all these things are happening. You're doing your best to make all these factors high, and you're trying to achieve what you have been trying to get, but you're not getting the result. So what is that factor? That factor is known as K factor. K stands for the law of karma. Law of karma says what you sow is what you reap. As you sow abundantly, you reap abundantly. So, as per law of karma, if you sow a neem seed, you cannot expect a mango fruit. So, we are having multiple incarnations. We are living in series of reincarnations. We are taking multiple births. With every birth, we are actually accumulating certain amount of good karma, certain amount of bad karma, and thereby our karmic entitlement or karmic eligibility is being decided. Every time we come into the world, we come with a bag also known as the bag of karmas. This bag of karma can contain X number of positive karmas and Y number of negative karmas. And when you are actually involved in the drama of the life, you might exhaust all your positive karmas, accumulate more negative karmas, or you might exhaust all your negative karmas and accumulate more positive karmas, or you can maintain the equilibrium of whatever it is. Depending on your karmic entitlement, your manifestation power is also decided. It's like this: if you have lot of money in your bank account, you can fulfill any of your dream by simply drawing money from the bank and spending on that one. For example, if you want to buy a Mercedes Benz car and you have a huge bank balance, So the moment you want to buy the Mercedes Benz car, what will you do? You go to the car showroom and you put your hand on the car of your choice and say, I want this car. And the person will give the bill. You will pay your bill using your card, credit card or debit card, or you pay the check. Because you have money, you have a deposit there. Just imagine if you don't have that deposit, what will you do? You cannot fulfill your dream. It becomes a frustrated dream. You cannot achieve anything. So that is how it is very, very important to have more positive karma than negative karma. So the more positive karma you accumulate, the better your manifestation power increases. So don't exhaust all your positive karmas and accumulate negative karmas. There are many spiritual techniques to continuously improve your positive karmas and reduce your negative karmas. So I'm going to talk about all these things in the series of videos that I'm going to release in the coming days. So keep watching my channel, keep watching my videos, and I hope you will definitely benefit from my videos and you will be able to acquire knowledge pertaining to manifestation and practice these simple spiritual techniques which can actually miraculously transform your life into a life of your choice or a dream life. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell button to get updates about my uploads. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you so much.